Oh yeah, new RTS players. StarCraft is a little different from other RTSs. Quite a bit more fast-paced. Actually, now that Legacy is hit, it's faster than it already was, which is pretty insane for people new to the series. Yeah, oh no, don't worry, Loopy. I actually have. I got to like mission 4, and all of my friends have finished it, so I'm like, ah, la 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 la, plugging my
Okay,
ears. So,
I'm back.
welcome back. Loopy is begging that we don't spoil any more of the campaign, and
Oh,
I told him I am right there with you. I think
okay.
Covert kind of blanked out, and
The Gold
talked
Armada
about
is in it.
talked about some things.
Protoss is in it.
I was
Artanis kills stuff.
I was over here like waving, flailing my arms, like Covert, no, no, don't say stuff. Oh
Yes,
crap!
yes. Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh man.
That was admittedly funny, even if it was bad. I could tell he felt bad, but he was just like, "Oh well, nothing
No,
we can
no,
do."
no. Yeah, I know. We're all hyped. We all love StarCraft lore, and it just you overflow, and that's what happens. It's a stack overflow.
Well, the thing is, he didn't fully spoil it for you, so there's still something to that point.
Okay, good. Because
Don't worry.
I'm glad to hear.
You're glad to hear censored,
I'm glad to hear
but
censored. Yes.
censored is also true. So censored. Also, Manbon has a. You know what? Every time somebody spoils something, we should just say Manbon has a blog.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that this and this happened? Yeah, so I heard
Yeah.
Manbon has a blog.
Really? Yeah, and it was just. Yeah.
Holy
That's
crap,
what we can
man.
do.
Manbon has a blog? Oh, man, spoiler alert. I haven't even gotten that far yet.
Yes. Yes.
What mission is that, anyway? Oh, man. Sheesh.
Yeah, you have to face off against an ancient old Zelnaga that cackles really, really loudly all the time.
Arrogant Nephil. Oh, wait, wrong game.
Puny gnome. Oh, also wrong game.
Oh, well, jeez.
Yeah, notice Blizzard kind of using this theme in all of their games lately. Not gonna lie, it's getting kind of obvious now.
This arrogant, puny, condescending villain. Yeah.
Well, villains from outer space. Let's just put it that
From
way.
outer space. Yes, there we go. Villains from outer space. I wonder when we're going to see that in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, here's the sad thing. World of Warcraft got there first.
They had space villains?
They don't call them space. You know, it's
Beyond the Stars or something.
it's the twisting nether.
Ah.
When you kill a demon, the demon's soul returns to the twisting nether and can actually revive if it finds a body.
Oh, dear.
So that means the only way to kill him is to follow him there.
Sounds like hyper high-level dungeon material.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, that's not quite true with Diablo.
Like,
Like, you can't
Loopy.
really... Like, if you follow the demons to heaven... heaven. If you follow the demons or the angels to heaven or hell, you don't... killing them there doesn't kill them. You have to kill heaven or hell, literally, because it's their respawn point.
Did you see what Loopy said in the chat? He said, yeah, the mission where Zeratul is just reading Manbon's blog.
I can't believe this human laughs so much. How does he do it?
Greetings, strange one.
Greetings, strange one. Alright.
Alright, so I suppose we should get started here.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah, throw us a countdown, mister.
I'm not even going to do the countdown because technically speaking, that's worth including in the VODs, most of that
okay.
conversation.
Right.
Manbon has blog.
Manbon does have a blog, yes,
We
he
are
does.
going to be casting Chaossy versus LeafCena. LeafCena is a new player. As you can see his ID here, he is part of DayJ Clan, along with a few other people that are in our group. And he calls his ID in-game Linglings. But yes, we are referring to him as John Cena. And if you ever see his actual name, which I can't say, there's more layers of amusing to it. So, but yeah, this guy's got like he's rolled very high on all of his IDs. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, yes. All right. So, Did they answer the for fun question? Is my question.
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, come on,
I'm gonna
guys.
double check here. I need
Next
to find a way to make this
email.
more obvious. Like maybe type it in giant caps. in front of
72
the email.
font. 72 Comic
Please answer the
Sans.
for fun question.
Comic Sans.
I don't spend literally 30 seconds thinking of one for nothing. I'm also literally do spend 30 seconds. I actually am not that offended if you don't answer it because I don't really care. But if you want,
yeah.
Not even so. Nope. Okay. It didn't. Saved us some time, I guess.
All right, I suppose. Force the countdown.
Now we know, Loopy. We know. We're just making fun of like the 4 people that didn't.
All right.
But mostly, it sounds like people just don't know it's there, so I just got to make it clear. Any case, we have in the bottom right of the map here on Lairlike Crest our pink Protoss player. It is Ling Ling, is also known as LeafCena.
And in the top left-hand corner of the map, his opponent spawning as the teal Zerg player. It is C Rages Chaossy.
By the way, I don't know if anyone like. I love it when it plays Legacy of the Void campaign music. There's a part of me that really wishes I could restrict the entire soundtrack to just that on multiplayer.
Oh, and apparently Loopy is hosting Legacy of the Void for these 2 players since they do not own it. Good guy, Loopy.
Oh, that's right. I kind of forgot about this. So this is how they got around it. Strictly speaking, I think you can. There was also like you could play in 1v1 obs in theory as well.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
You get around it completely, but I did advise players: look, if you know somebody with Legacy of the Void, you can just bypass that entirely and still play. So here's the thing: none of these guys play with Legacy of the Void units on a regular basis, so I have literally no idea what's going to happen.
They're going to have a lot
looking forward to it.
They're going to have plenty of economy to do Heart of the Swarmy things very quickly.
You might look like you're talking to yourself. Ah, there he is. Special thanks to Loopy Loo for that. You're a good guy, man. Good guy, Loopy Loo.
Yeah, Loopy Loo hosting the people that can't afford to get it at this time. I understand. $60 for the deluxe edition if you want all the goodies is pretty steep for some people. Myself included. I shouldn't have, but I did. And here we are.
I can't. The music is too good.
It is too
epic.
epic.
Keep zoning out and I start listening to it.
Oh man, our first match on Friday was all Legacy of the Void campaign music, and it was quick, it was visceral, it was Gerthang versus Probe. Oh man, plat match. It was
drums
so
and horns.
good. Yeah, plenty of drums and all that. As they were fighting, It was awesome. Like Chaossy's going for a second base.
I'm always
here.
a bit perplexed as to what our. Ooh. I gotta tell you, there's an art to casting silver and bronze level games. I'm not that good at it. I rely way too much on people kind of paying attention to how things are normally done, trying to emulate some element of it. Here, that isn't happening. Here, Chaossy's saying, you know what? Screw it. And he just shows up with a bunch of things at the beginning. Unfortunately, LeafCena has only built a single gateway, and he's churning out zealots, which is entirely incorrect, but his building placement isn't quite such that it's going to make this a little bit difficult.
Going as fast as he can. He's got some backup power supplies here for this gateway.
I've heard about this. It's the Ling Rush. Yes. Welcome to StarCraft. This is your initiation, basically. Every early StarCraft player dies of this at least once. That's why it's famous. But yeah, if you want to stop this from happening to you, LeafCena next time, you actually don't need to build any extra stuff or do anything different than you did last time. You just need to make sure that these 2 pylons and the gateway are at the ramp. And then you just leave a little space where you let the zealots sit there, put them on hold position, and you actually stop this from happening.
Doing the right thing here too, pulling your probes.
However, attacking his lings and completely shutting it down will enable the match to keep going. Good job. You can also you can do a kind of cool stacking effect where you're running back and forth between the minerals, but you don't need to worry about that right now. Anyway, there's a zealot out now and a minimal number of lings, so he can actually go back to working, although I do appreciate that he's just being like, kill the invaders. Come, brothers.
Lings are going to take off pretty low.
So the thing is, he has brought the Protoss down to 16 workers, but Cassie's actually still sitting at about 12. This all-in has the exact same issue that it does in Heart of the Swarming, that it leaves you with nothing. So if you don't cause near catastrophic damage, you are behind. And the one thing working for Chaossy, though, is that he did actually grab an expansion, so he can kind of catch up pretty quickly.
Not gonna lose a whole lot. There we go. LeafCena dropping a couple more gateways. Pretty good. Pretty good. Getting that gas. May want to build some more workers.
If he can get away with having this stuff on the back line, his production, rather than instead of at the front, that can be good. If your opponent decides to go Ravagers, they don't get free targets. So there is something to be said for that. But it's just very hard to pull off.
A lot of lings here coming out of Chaossy now. Kind of sending these across the map. LeafCena's got a probe on the way. He's gonna see it.
Well, yeah, if pro... Yeah, okay, we can't discuss that. I was about to respond to a joke in chat. Anyway, Manbon has a blog.
Manbon has a blog. Yes, he does.
See, now the thing is, what he said in chat is not a spoiler. But it could be if I discussed it. Okay, so 4 Zealots, by the way, should actually beat a bunch of slow lings like this pretty handily. As long as they stay in the choke. Don't get surrounded, boys.
There you go. Perfect positioning, actually. Very nicely done.
Oh, look at that. It's just mass Zealot versus mass lings.
Yo.
This actually is very, very, very good for the Zealot player.
Yes, it is. A little supply block now. Nothing in the production tab. Must construct additional pylons.
Well, both players have not thought past this point, so this is what we call the oh shit, what do I do now moment that happens in lower level games when one person tries to cheese the other guy and doesn't kill him, and the guy defending doesn't defend adequately to win either. So you're both just sitting there going, well, shit.
Now what?
Honestly speaking, really the person with a little bit more experience from here is probably the person who's going to snap out of it and start adapting faster. And it looks like LeafCena is saying, you know what, I could do some range units. So he's going to start throwing in some Stalkers and kind of building up a composition. He's got the Cyber Core as well, so this is looking, I think, actually pretty decent from him. He does need to expand soon, though, as he will begin actually mining out a couple of these patches inside his base in probably a minute or so. Meanwhile, Chaossy, it kind of depends on what he wants to do from here. He can either kind of go hard into just more economy, or he can grab like a Baneling Nest and try to kill all the Zealots that he made. It looks like he's just going to go with Brute Force. There we go.
Forcing it. There we go. Lings come across the map. Lots of them. Like little bugs.
They are, though they're like little bugs the size of dogs, basically. Really big dogs.
Dog bugs.
Yes.
They are about as tall as a Marine. They don't look it in multiplayer, but they're very... If you look at any schematic, you need, those Marines need... Huge. They need like their bayonets. Yes, they do.
The lings are actually terrifying. They're not as scary as Ultralisks, though Ultralisks are also hilarious because their heads are just so tiny relatively.
Yeah, they do look very funny, I have to say.
They're like, we are the source of all terror! Their voice probably would sound exactly like that because it's coming out of this tiny little hole. I love you! Oh god, it's an Ultralisk run!
He wants hugs!
Alright, so ironically enough, this probably could have scouted a lot of what was coming up here. Unfortunately, yeah, it looks like Chaossy has chosen a tech route to break this down, which is to just grab some Banelings, throw them at the front. Unfortunately, the Banelings are running into the range of the Stalkers, and they're going to get... Looks like some of them are going to get picked off before they get up here. If they hit the Stalkers... Whoa, okay, that Stalker was given the short straw. For some reason, he was shot by the rest of his buddies. And as you can see, the Stalkers do a great job of just absorbing the shots from the Banelings. Yeah.
Your little probe there, running away from... Well,
but here's an inevitable truth of StarCraft. Enough Banelings kills every ground unit.
Oh yes.
Just a matter of getting enough.
Matter, you're micro. Floaty things really hurt. Oh.
Well, anyway, here comes the Banelings up the ramp. They're gonna do some decent AoE damage. And it looks like pretty much Chaossy's just like, oh, do you still have stuff? Oh, you do. So now he's going for the attack. Unfortunately, all the Zealots are still there, so they're still going to hold this off. And the Stalkers are actually adding so much DPS that they're just going to shut this down hard as well. LeafCena is actually in an incredibly great position. He just needs to probably attack. and he'll be good. Is he going for it? I think so. I don't think he realizes where his opponent is, though.
And up the map at least. Checking this base. Yep, he's checking right under this Overlord.
Yeah.
Gonna run in and
Overlord's gonna be like, hey guys, those are the tags, gotta be this.
the perfect impression, I like that. Spot on.
Sorry, we're having a little too much fun at the moment. Anyway, a little ball of gateway units. Looks like they're gonna walk over to the base. Meanwhile, some Ling's gonna go in the opposite direction. The Zealot was like, okay, I guess we're just not gonna worry about it.
No problem.
And there's like 5 Stalkers at home, 6 Stalkers, so it actually is defended. At the very least, it should slow the Lings down to the point where they shouldn't cause much damage while the gateway army goes to work here. And yeah.
Oh. There we go. Lots of stuff here in the Zerg base, and Chaossy sent his army across the map. There we go. GG's out.
All right. That was kind of crazy. I feel like Chaossy maybe a little bit different control at the beginning, and he probably won, but didn't happen. LeafCena hung in there though, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, for first-time games, it's pretty good.
He did good. He did good. LeafCena is a newish player, but I don't think he's new to StarCraft in general. I just don't think he's been any higher than Silver. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
And judging by what we just saw right there, that was his first ever game. Oh, no shit. Okay, so these guys are actually around the same level? Thank God. Oh, so I have a fair matchup for Chaossy finally after like 4 months. That's been bothering me. There's just nothing I can do about it.
No, totally good. You got it. You got it. You got it. So now these guys have people to play against.
So Chaossy's the grizzled veteran, technically, of the two.
Grizzled veteran. Awesome. All right, so let's hop into game 2. See what they got planned on Ruins of
All right, I'm
Ceres.
excited.
Mm-hmm. The second game ever of StarCraft for
maybe like legit PvP. Maybe he's probably played the campaign and other stuff by now. I mean, that's kind of the impression I got. His building placement was very interesting. It did actually kind of have a purpose to the way it was structured, but it was just like probably not very good for this matchup.
Yo.
The rest of the map we have on Ruins of Ceres. It is our pink Protoss player, Lings, better known as Cena.
And at the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning as the teal Terran player this time. Almost said Protoss. It is Chaossy.
So Chaossy, as you notice, he decided to go Terran. He's going to be Terran one last time. I think this is actually a great choice. If this is his opponent's second game ever, and he just builds a bunch of barracks, I think he'll be good.
You know, he should be fine with just Marines. If,
this is the most terrifying build in the game against new players, in my opinion. Because raw Marines are just the easiest thing to macro out.
And they hurt. They do a lot of damage.
And it will automatically kill you if you make any errors at all. Granted, if you don't, they also die really pathetically. But you know,
yeah, they also are the only tier 1 unit that can shoot up and ranged.
Yep. But the only thing that'll really kill you is if they sneak out DTs or something. Which, yeah.
Chaossy going up to 4 barrels.
Chassy's a wonderful player. Oh, dude, yeah, he's so hard, like. He's so chill, like he's so mentally tough. I feel like if he ever put his mind to it, he could be incredibly good at this game just because he doesn't really get affected by losing at all.
Oh yeah, no, totally. That's a good, like a skill, talent to have.
It's a monstrous property of an individual. Let's just put it that way. And it is monstrous. Being able to think like that is kind of insane, but he can do it. Or at least he hides it really well, if he can't.
So he's dropping a couple barracks. He's going to run out of supply here pretty quick.
Okay, Loopy's saying that he only played the tutorial missions. That's too bad. He should play the campaign. Campaign's fun. But...
Oh, yeah. campaign would be great
Yeah.
too. Kind of an introductory thing. It walks you through everything pretty simple.
No, that scouting probe did not make it very far.
Really? Splintered into a bunch of pieces?
Yeah. So the only thing Chaossy really needs to worry about here is not getting supply blocked every 5 seconds, which very easily is like about to happen again, I think. But you'll notice he's already getting an army out. He's got like a decent chunk of Marines. His opponent, he's doing the same thing he did last time. He's got 2 gateways. He's trying to. I think he's gonna get a cyber core pretty soon. Just trying to go up into sell it stalker. But raw Marine numbers, if they get higher enough, will kill that pretty easily.
Oh yeah, easily.
Actually, I would say about 30 Marines will kill pretty much everything in the game, which is a little ridiculous to think about, but 30 guys in power suits can shoot down capital ships. Remember that.
Yeah, this is StarCraft after all. The 2 probes buddying up there, gonna both build a pylon.
Now, in Star Wars, 30 guys in power suits would never even hit the ship, even if they could. If they had the range, they would just shoot next to it. Especially stormtroopers.
Oh yeah. No, see, there's a conspiracy. Darth Vader wanted to lure in the heroes, so he told all the stormtroopers to miss.
I love the way, if you ever read Darths and Droids, it's a D&D interpretation of the StarCraft universe, where StarCraft never existed, and is instead just some game that a D&D group thought up.
Huh?
And the way they interpreted this is that the stormtroopers at this point are still the clones, and the clones were programmed to shoot droids, and they have like conditioning that prevents them from shooting people properly, which is why they can't. So when you have the beginning of episode 4 occur, Darth Vader uses the Force to force them to shoot correctly, which is why they just obliterate everybody in that hallway.
Hey, that's
yeah,
that makes too much sense.
Oh, that actually does make too much sense.
He's got a buff for the party when he's nearby.
And it's like, it's interesting too because it's technically it was like a player character still at that point. They started with episode 1, so that one of the players was actually playing the villain as well, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, it didn't even explicitly state it. It says you feel a dark chill, and then suddenly the stormtroopers just start shooting everything really accurately, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh, that's scary.
However, if you think about it, that is the only time they did fight correctly.
Yeah, actually, it really was, unfortunately. A little squad of Marines here, checking down the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Not gonna find anything. Nothing there.
The SUV dies, the Marine horde just goes to the right, brethren.
Bing! Nowhere to go now.
And here we go. There's only Zealots here. Zealots actually do okay against Marines if they have charge, but not in these quantities, and charge isn't here. So what's going to end up happening is that they, for the most part, won't even reach the Marines. They should just die unless he's move commanded them up the ramp. Please don't move command them up the ramp. Oh, he didn't. Okay, so yeah, one Zealot dies immediately when it gets there. The rest are going to get to the front line. They're going to do some damage, but there's just too much DPS, and they all die. Now the rest of the Marines are going to walk up the ramp, and there's no defenses.
Defenses, lots of probes. Probes are really hard to micro against Marines. And this poor Nexus. The innocent Nexus. Chrono boosting itself. Dying. Kaboom.
And then just open chat. I'm sorry for laughing. But anyway.
Yeah.
Elysium was retelling a story of the sheep playing against Manbon. We'll talk about that after this match is done. But anyway, yeah, we have the Marines are just going to file on up here. We have the pulling of the boys, which is the ritualistic way that Protoss end their matches. Generally speaking.
Killed a couple Marines.
Yeah, kill a couple Marines. Where to find so let's go. Into the Kala, basically.
Back to the Kala. Heaven?
They want to Protoss Valhalla.
There you go. Feasting with the gods for all eternity. There we go. Chaossy ties it up. 1-1.
Okay, so there you go. Yay! They're 1-1. Let's see what happens in the third game.
Hey! They're tied up now. Best of 3.
I have definitely been a bad influence on Chaos. He says, Loopy Lou, yeah. He got that build from you. That's your fault. Gerthang says, "Oh boy, my brother who never plays wants to play with me. This should be interesting." He hasn't gotten his fill of DTs. That's what that sounds like.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yep.
Because that's what I believe you told me he does sometimes.
Sounds like you need to DT him right back.
Leaf played like 3% of the campaign. He says, "I'll figure it out on the day of my show match." Oh, brave.
Brave indeed.
He really should just play the campaign though. It's fun.
Oh no, he would enjoy it, and it helps you practice a little bit. It gives you kind of crazy powers, but it helps you work on your macro and figuring out what units are.
Something I've just kind of, I mean, I can't go into too much details about this, but I have been able to play a little bit in the alpha for an RTS. Not having that single player sucks. You don't know what anything does. Yeah. You have to figure it out while the game's going on, and if you've got teammates, well, fuck them.
Well,
you can't help them do anything. You're just like, I don't know what button kills the things. You gotta be patient with me.
Don't know what button kills the things.
Yes.
Why are the things not dying? I'm pressing all the buttons.
Did you build the things? Oh, I got that far. Yes, I did build the things.
I did build the things.
The other guy built more.
Oh, man.
But all right, guys, it's time for game 3. And here's the thing. At this level of play, everyone has usually at least heard of a cheesy play of some kind, right? Someone cheeses you, you're going to probably do it back. I'm interested to see what LeafCena does. Anyway, he is our pink Protoss in the top left part of the map here on Urena. Chaossy is being suicidal. This will kill you at least once, though.
Oh my goodness.
Chaossy is in the bottom left part of the map saying that he loves 1v1 maps, and this might incur the wrath of Cena. So here's the thing. Cena actually should win this fight pretty hardcore, but the thing is, does he know how to micro his probes against these guys? He actually should be taking the front line, move commanding them onto these crystals behind his forces so that they attack on the other side. Good thing for Chaossy is that he's actually engaged with a nice concave, but unfortunately, the power of simply building more things is going to mean that LeafCena has more workers for the entirety of this fight.
Oh my goodness. And everything Chaossy has been poofed.
So yeah, this build generally does not work.
Well,
the only time it can work, and Chaossy was correct to use it here, is against a completely new player because he has no idea how to react. Unfortunately for him, LeafCena did a pretty good job. That didn't work out as planned. Good luck.
Good luck. Oh my.
Chaossy, I love you, man. So it looks like the battle is going to continue. But generally speaking, this is exactly what you do, and this is way harder to make this work in Legacy of the Void, because you already start with 12 workers, and you start building them super fast, and you have Chrono Boost on all the time, so you show up to the Protoss' base, he's going to have like 5 more workers than you. Oh and, you know, you can't just A-move at him, you gotta pull the injured ones back, or else you don't kill enough.
Oh my.
So, like, it can work, but it's only ever going to be experienced player versus non-experienced player. And the sad thing, unfortunately, about this floating command center is that it's going to fly right past this scout. I'm probably still going to lose, but... Oh man, I wonder if LeafCena noticed that. He might not have. But I'll do it in style. Do it in not so stealthy fashion, damn it, scouting bro.
Not so stealthy.
And now LeafCena's gonna be like, wait, what? Because he's gonna like he probably wasn't watching that, his mini map. And he's gonna look at this and be like, where the hell did he go?
So, yeah.
I actually think it's a great idea for him to pick his opponent's third and just land over there. Because he's gonna immediately assume that he's gone to the gold base.
Did you see that command center move horizontally?
Yeah, for a brief second.
It totally moved horizontally. It kind of strafed around. Yeah, it was weird. Alright, so he's gonna land, he's gonna restart his base. About 27 supply behind.
Unfortunately, if I was his Protoss opponent in this situation, and I saw a floating command center after a fight like that, I would assume he's going to the island down here, and I would build a bunch of Void Rays, which will kill him over here just as well as would kill him over there. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, just building Zealots is fine too, and it will work totally fine since his opponent did not go for the enclosed space.
Yes. Yep, so Chaos is going to slowly try to ramp this up again.
I forgot they were going. Oh yeah, GTA 4 helper is Chaossy. I forgot about that. Hi,
Hey!
Chaossy.
Forgot
You
there
are
were
a
gold
brave person.
bases.
You are a brave person to worker rush anyone. By the way, I did die to that once. It's technically possible to die to it, but it is so hard, man.
Yeah, it's kind of catches you off guard.
You're good. You're a good dude. I appreciate. Appreciate it. But yeah, it looks like you guys are actually a fair matchup. So I'll probably have you play again at some point in 2 weeks.
Here we go. Lots of zealots. Zealots moving out. Oh.
Is LeafCena here? I know he was here yesterday.
He was here a little earlier.
Oh yeah.
He was hanging out for a little bit, but I guess he was busy. That's fine. Zealots going down to the
Oh, he doesn't realize.
old base
I think
location.
he knows it's not there now, but he's looking
Zealots are
for it,
moving
and
over
he's
here,
gonna
though.
find it.
Oh, he found him.
He sees it.
He found him. He's moving in.
He's going in.
Oh no!
Turns out 2 zealots, by the way, trade really well against that many workers. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Or they don't have to trade at all.
See, that is definitely the engagement we need a Blizzard cinematic to show off, right?
Yes.
Like, make it all epic with, like, the sweeping poses and crazy effects like they did in the cinematic.
Right. The spins and the twirls
for Legacy of the Void, except it's a bunch of workers that get like dropped out of medevacs. One of them, and as he turns to slice it, one of them's like, "Oh, you actually run out of Maria!"
He goes out all Gurren Lagann style out of the hatch of the medevac, and they're launching with their drills forward. And
yeah, except they just get destroyed. It's like a
they hit a shield and evaporate.
It's like a StarCrafts episode. Rawr, this is your plan?
What, you run out of Marines? This is crazy.
No, it's probes. That would make it even better. It's a bunch of probes around a pylon or a cannon or something. And they like hold position on the cannon, and then you have these super hyper realistic SCVs running in circles trying to get to the cannon, but they can't because there's stop commanded units around it.
There's some weird Carbots ideas. We need to email that guy.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, Carbots, these are fun. I actually really just would love to see a realistic cutscene, but it's a Carbot episode.
Oh yeah, there you go. Like the one where
So
the Marine just got trained, he just got him out of Marine school, and he opened the door, and he's like, "What?" As the Protoss is like charging in and destroying everything.
Yeah.
He opens the door and goes, "Well," and then the barracks lifts up and flies off the cliff.
All right. Well, the thing is, amusing, stupid Blizzard fan thoughts aside. That does it for this weekend. There have been 6 matches played in Legacy of the Void in the Day-Night Show matches over the past 2 weeks. You got to see them casted here over today and yesterday. And we'll be doing it again in 2 weeks.
Yes, we will. 2 weeks, and remember...
Checking the schedule. That is Christmas weekend. We might not do it precisely on that day.
Yeah, no, probably
wait, actually, the day after Christmas and the Sunday after Christmas, is that okay? Or are we going to be out of town or whatever? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
It's going to be kind of touch and go, probably. Well, we'll talk about it. But do remember, next weekend, our off weekend, we do run OBS matches. We use the Peep Mode arcade map.
The weekend after that is the weekend after frickin' New Year's. Okay, you know what,
Oh, it's
guys?
going to be tough.
I'm going to probably... We may not cast until the 8th of January. That's very likely. But if we're able to do it on Christmas weekend, we'll let you know.
All right. So there you go. We'll send out an email. You guys will know. Don't worry. You'll be the first to know.
Yeah, this is weird. We had like 10 people on both days.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up, guys. I appreciate it.
I know, we do.
I know partly that is the power of Covert Muffin, and there's nothing wrong with that. But oh, thanks.
We like having you guys.
We're happy to cast.
Yes, we are. We've been doing it for a while, and then it's nice to know that the reception is still pretty good after so long. So, thank you guys for that. We wouldn't still be doing it if you guys weren't around.
No,
so.
absolutely. Well, we'd be around, but we'd be like just playing.
Oh yeah, no, we'd be playing. So great. Thanks for coming out, guys, this weekend. We'll see you next time.